Because Stanley Lamondola took it over from him.
Is that right, man?
From Lindsay, because the guitar guy's name was Lindsay as well. And we did an interview with him. Was it
funny.
Trevor a year ago?
Yeah.
We spoke to him
and who is the Status Quo guitar tech? Who is that?
What's his name again? I forgot his name now.
Yeah, so did I.
No, I forgot his name. Sorry, can't go on.
I'll tell you, I learned so much from Lionel Ward, who is Jimmy Page's guy, for making the movie. It Might Get Loud, making the movie with Jack. And I, those that become my mates, Jimmy has talked to me at least 3 times since then, and it's flattering. And I invited him to Wimbledon show, and his management said he doesn't come to shows, so he wouldn't be coming and all this. And then like 3 hours before we went on, he showed up back there. So I went back and got him myself and walked him underneath the dungeon of Wembley and brought him up onto the stage before we started just to look at everything, and people were screaming at me.
Thought he would play probably that night.
He is a really lovely guy. That's what I want to say. He's a class guy, and Jack White and his guy Jimmy were I got to meet people that I've remained friends with since then.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, last night I saw, maybe I'm wrong with that, I saw the Edge playing wireless and also a few songs with a lead. Is that right? Yes. Is it for his tone? Because like that.
I'll tell you, most of the anthems, With or Without You, Bad, Streets, he loves the warm sound of the lead. It gets to the echo and then the vox, you know. But the ones that demand him to interact with Bono and to work the crowd in the back for this ticket, you know, he has to be on wireless. But if he had his way, he would be on lead almost every song. I know it, and with especially with the old analog, the chords, you know, the STDs, they just do very well with the lead, you know.
And they like to be kicked in the ass.
Yes, they like to be hit on the front input, you know. But there's some talk. I'm working with Core on making this into a pedal. It's taken a lot of logic, a lot of parameters to do it. I think there might be a market for it, but I'd like to get, because they're so unreliable now. The clocks are never calibrated the same. You can calibrate them, but they react when you do so. Anyway, that still is his preferred echo. You know.
Hey Dallas, could I take a little bit of a scan of what's in the rack, please? Yes.
Hey Dan, with all your setups and repair works, do you do your own repair works on each guitar?
For the most part, but if it comes to wood or you know, I mean, if a fret wire lifts out off the neck, I can repair that neck. But no, I don't do wood replacement, and I don't do full on. I can make a nut, you know.
So with the Explorer with the broken headstock, what happened years ago?
No, that was years ago. You know,
you didn't fix that.
No,
you went down to a luthier and got it fixed.
But there's more pedals that I'll put in from time to time than I have here. But this is what for tonight and last night works. You know what he's doing.
And so you change that.
Yeah, every once in a while
to
per his request. You know.
Yeah, so how it works in the stadium.
Yeah. So anyway, it's something to have it down here with me. I've always
well, it's
had
better
to run
for
up
you.
on stage.
Yeah.
I hand him a guitar, then I quickly bump the echoes. Or I mean, there's some songs that we actually move the values of the parameters, and I have to remember to move them back because they're globally available in his system. But he, you know, he'll have me move them. So there's not like set parameters on most of the pedals. It's
you can't put more pedals on there just to have them split
No,
out.
you have to sacrifice and decide to prioritize. You know.
They play a hell of a gig.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the actually setup on Edge's guitar? Is it really like extreme low, or does it got like a mid-size?
It varies. He doesn't have one set action. For his Strats, it's quite low. For his humbuckers, his Les Pauls, and his Gibsons, it's a little bit higher. He likes it to ring off the fretboard. On the Gretches, it's about the same as the humbucker guitars. No, there's no. It's kind of. He'll tell me as we go over the years. That'll do. And then he plays slide. Yeah. So on the same guitars, and you think he wanted higher, but he doesn't. He stays right with the action. It's pretty amazing, you know. And he actually.
He's got a special slide what you made for him. Wasn't
it? I made it from the motorcycle shop. Yeah. And he just puts it on his finger, you know, and he plays. I keep paste on him until I need him, and it's amazing because he has to focus so much on,
it's only
on the
basically two
limited
strings.
real estate.
Yeah.
On the real estate, I've never. That way, you can use the tip to fret, you know.
Yeah.
And but I've never seen a guitarist
As long as they got the big slide.
with that much.
So tell us, what do you do if you're not here? Not having a gig? You got your day off. But you said
He's
you play
with
tennis.
me. Oh,
you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I swim every single day off. I swim between 3,000 and 4,000 meters a day, and I compete when I'm home with the Masters team there, the U.S. Masters team. But that's what keeps me balanced, is the swimming. And I also take correspondence courses from the university, so I'll visit libraries and campuses to do my exams. You know,
You're still studying in between?
Yeah, I'm studying American history now, and I'll just pick another topic, you know, and I'll sign up on the tour. And the instructors usually give me a little bit of a window because they know I can't stay with the plan, you know. But
just
that's
to keep
what
you
I
so
do.
busy.
I call my wife a lot, and that's what I do. I swim, and it's always a new aquatic center and a new journey to the aquatic center, and I go to eat along the way or come back along the way. So that's what I do on days off.
You have to occupy yourself.
I do, and I was an athlete before I ever got into this business, so that's what I do with my time.
Got any tips for people who like to come in this kind of industry?
You know, I've spoken at UCLA, I've spoken at Berkeley, I've spoken at CU, mostly theater departments, because it's pretty much a storytelling. I got to be part of the anthology album, Track 3 is a Bird. So people like to hear that McCartney story and Harrison story and that. But all in all, you know, when they start asking me, what is it? They got a pencil and paper, the students, like, okay, how do you do this? And I'll say, you know, there's no format. If you really want to think about doing this, just do it locally. Just go to your club, offer your, you know, loading services, actually moving the bits, you know, and see if the hours, the vocabulary, the intellect of it all might be for you, even locally. But I say, you know, I do disappoint some people with, if you get on a headline caliber of this, let's say a stadium act, or just a major headline, you're with a guitarist that really cares about his signal path, his collection of guitars, you will be gone and you will live alone a lot. And are you prepared for that? Because there's not many marriages that last out here. There's not many guys with children. I've had the same marriage for almost 30 years. A great wife, Gloria. But what I'm saying is, you live alone. And when you have this kind of talent, he goes with writing the music for Spider-Man now, the Broadway musical with Bono. So I go with him to that. And then he asked me to show that house band how to get his sound. And you spend more days and they get in their instruments and getting them a few bits, not this caliber. But I'll tell you, Remco, what I have to say is,
you got to commit to it.
Yeah, you got to commit to it, and maybe approach it as a transitional thing. You know, even if you love it, think, because it will. If you're successful, it'll take a lot of your life. You know, and with this guy, most of the other people on the crew, they go socialize, they go to the catering, and they talk to him. I live right here because of all the strength. This is what I do, and if anyone wants to find me, they know they can find me. My good friend Terry with Keyboard brings me often my meals, because I stay right here, and when he says in the show sometimes, are these fresh, the strings? Are these fresh? And I've never had to say, no, they're fresh. Because he's evaluating the whole time that he's playing. You see him lift up the body and look at the knob setting, the parameters, put it back down, and
he's a control freak.
You really want to take care of him. You really want to help him as his guy.
Well, that's your job as a guitar tech.
Yeah.
Because I'm a guitar tech for an upcoming band called Syndicate. I've got a single for you.
Really? I'd love to listen to it.
It's a mixture of, say, Bon Jovi and
Richie.
A bit of Richie Sambora playing in there, and Guns N' Roses, so it's a big singer. I got Matt Sturm already playing on the rail.
Really? Matt's from LA, right? Is he still playing with...
Matt's still in LA, yeah, and the boys actually recorded in the studio.
And Slash doesn't have Snake Pit anymore, or whatever.
No, he's now, was it, I don't know what band.
Velvet Revolver.
Velvet Revolver,
yeah.
But anyway, so with these guys, they're on the edge for breakthrough.
Yeah.
So then I was like, you know, I'm doing all these interviews now with you and with all the guitar techs. Personally, I want to put it on the net so people know what you guys do, because most of the time it's always about the guitar player.
This is true.
And never about actually the guys who do the high jacket.
Yeah. But I'm going to tell you what's challenging though is his great sounds, a lot of them are made from this antiquated 57s, 56 Deluxes up there, those tweeds. The AC30s are from mid-60s to 71. There's 9 amplifiers in this show, 9 common amps. I have 2 back here in isolation so that the house mixer Joe always has 1 reference without any ambient introduction. He's got those 2 in a box. But anyway, what I'm saying is the antiquatedness takes its toll. After this, because there's no standbys on these amps, you know, and he can walk in any time in one sound check, so I got to keep him running. So as they get older, the reliability sometimes in a show just and you have to make a quick move, not that quick. Have amps on standby with microphones on in the back there, you know, but nothing is like the main ones, and you see Edge's body language. You know, when there's but what I'm saying is you pay the price for this these great old sounds trying to emulate those same sounds on stage. Yeah. I know Johnny Greenwood still does it. You know, he uses old bits with Radiohead and Tommy Morello. I think uses some old bits, of course Gilmore. But with this band, like I say, he's the only guy playing. Edge is the only guy playing. So when there's a problem, it becomes so audibly monumental that
because this sounds are so intimate.
Well, you wish there was another Ronnie Wood, or there was a little Steven, or you know, someone else that could keep the song going when there's a problem.
Yeah.
There's no one. And Bono gets good songs, you know.
We have to stop by.
You gotta go. Okay, yeah.
I really enjoy
I go upstairs and pick those CDs.
Yes.
Thanks for your time. Really appreciate it.
And
Trevor.
Trevor, thank you so much,
Cheers,
man.
brother.
Thank you for.
Absolutely.